It's Monday, the 21st. The year is 2025, and we are in April. That can only mean one thing. It is time for Car Stereo Talk, coming to you from sunny Clearwater, Florida, where the beaches are just white, sandy, fun, and exciting. But without further ado, here we are. Yay! Back from the other coast of the planet. Yeah, Fernando, how was your trip, my friend?
That was fantastic.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did you miss being here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. Well, welcome back. We survived without you. Paul's still alive,
I miss you
that's
guys.
a good thing.
I miss you, all of you.
Yeah.
That was fun. I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you need a vacation. Everyone needs a break.
That is correct.
I get mine in 2 weeks.
That sucks.
I know.
That means I'm gonna be alone.
Yeah, but it's only like 2 days. The same thing.
Just, yeah.
Wait, when do I leave? No, I leave Thursday. Yeah. So you left Thursday too. Yeah, it's the same trip.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Damn it. I should take Wednesday off. Just to take Wednesday off.
Whoa.
I know.
You can't do that.
I know. I should though. But anyways, welcome to the show, guys. It's Monday. It's time for some Q&A. Saturday we had Chris Brinkley as well as Chris Vera on. We talked a little bit of nostalgia.
Yes.
Got some fun and excitement from there. So if you didn't catch that one, definitely check it out. I know you guys don't, you guys love the Q&A, but every now and then it's nice just to like chat it up. There was a bunch of you in the chat that were commenting. We had a bunch of fun, that is for sure. But it is Monday, so we got a bunch of stuff to do. But first and foremost, we do this little thing called the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club over on Facebook. It's a little tiny channel, and some of you guys are members there. And every week, even though he was on vacation, Fernando scurries the page and finds a pretty awesome, in this case, Rockford Fosgate system.
Yeah.
This looks fantastic.
Yeah.
He definitely made it out of acrylic. Looks good. He's doing the, I can tell he's almost done there. He's doing the power wire on top, RCs out the bottom trick. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's going to look nice and clean. That is for sure. It almost looks like it's going in a boat.
It looks like a boat. Totally, because it has all.
Yeah. But it's probably not.
Mr. Darren, if I said it wrong, I'm sorry, but he did a wonderful job. Everything acrylic.
Yeah.
Zip ties and everything.
Looks good.
Very clean.
And of course, this segment is brought to you by us. It's brought to you by us, DNF Tool Drawer. That's right, the place where you can go and find the tools that you need to do your job, as well as the IRTA2. If you simply head over to DNF Tool Drawer, you can find all kinds of things. It's definitely worth perusing if you haven't done it ever. But if you click here on the store, it'll take you to the one and only page where you can pick up your IRTA2 and your green keychain. Please note that we are not Amazon. So when you order something, it may take more than 2 days to get to your house because we all have jobs and we have to get to the post office. And so it will get there usually within 2 to 5 days, but slow it down, killer. You didn't pay for next day air, all right? So
2 to 5 business days.
Yeah. I mean, it's the post office. But calm yourself. They always go out. Sue does a fantastic job of getting those things out.
Yeah.
So, she might argue the point, but whatever.
So, how was your day without me?
I actually listened to the radio. I had the radio playing.
No way.
Yeah, I did. Very low. Dude, I could not get it low enough. I did find that out. Like, it was literally one.
Just like,
yeah, and it never failed. Dude, it's like I just get into something and someone would like come over and ask. Not just Paul, but Paul would send people over here to ask me stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, this is why I don't listen to the radio. Because it's like, I'm gelling, having a great time listening to the radio, and I just keep getting interrupted. And I got to hit pause because I'm like,
and I'm the opposite. I just turn it up, just keep working. Yeah,
but they were
and some of the guys, they're like, what the hell, man?
Right, hold on, what did Boston Mike say? I'm looking at the golf right now. Then Hooters. He's here. Mike is here. He's in St. Pete.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Make sure to get next door.
You okay, man?
No, I mean
Mambo dog face through the banana
next
patch?
door, right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know where he's at. I think he's in St. Pete. So hello from Clearwater. Okay, well there you go.
There you go. See, he's
So-
right there.
I mean, if he was, he could just come in. You know.
Could you imagine if he just walked?
Well,
That
so
would be-
here was
that
the
would be
funny part. So
fantastic.
go ahead and kill the
Yes,
trailer
of
there.
course.
So he texted me
Mhm.
on Sunday when we were coming back from Easter, which we never got the chance to talk about because today we were outside working on our tans. Anyways, he texted me and he's like, dude, I got off the plane
Mhm.
and I was texting where you guys are at. And where was he sitting? Stoplight right there.
No way.
Yeah. And he's like, Google says 1 minute. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, oh, there they are. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, this first segment is brought to you, us, the crew, by the fine folks at Moscone-America.com. Now, Moscone, believe it or not, is a bunch of products. You have Gladen, you have Moscone. Moscone is the power, Gladen is the speaker. And if you head over to Moscone-America.com and or Gladen.com, whichever one works for you,
Mhm.
you'll find that there are a bunch of new speakers, specifically the new Zeta. There is several, but what makes the Zeta cool, and this is one of those moments where I was so happy that they did things the way they did. And we'll scroll. You have Sigma,
Mhm.
which is also brand new, but right up above it is Zeta. And what makes Zeta is it's a la carte. Okay, so you have the all important 8-inch, the 6.5, the 70 millimeter, and the tweeter, and that's it. That's all the line is comprised of. It is high end. There's no passive crossovers. It allows you to design the system that you're hoping. If you want to go with an 8-inch, a 70, and a tweet, you can. If you want to go with a 6 and a tweet, you can. If you want to go full 3-way, you can do that as well. It's a nice, simple system. And that can be found either at Moscone-America.com and or just if you want the nuts and bolts, head over to Gladen.com where you can find all that information, all that goodness. And of course, you can power it with a nice Pico amplifier. How cool is that?
Very
so
cool.
awesome. Yes. Good afternoon from sunny Modesto.
Sunny Modesto.
Oh, so Fernando,
I
did
had
you have a good
a
trip?
wonderful time.
Yes.
Thank you so much, but I had a great time.
So I didn't tell you
Hmm.
because we didn't have a lot of chance to talk today because
Okay.
it was a vacation
Yeah,
talk day,
yeah.
which is fine. But I came up with the class for next Master Tech.
Okay.
So, and Brad is going to help me.
Oh.
He doesn't know it yet, but he said okay. So that's.
Oh, okay. So,
But we had that conversation about the class because of the incident that happened during the class, and when we were talking about Amp Pros.
yeah.
So
Yep.
I've thought about that, and I've come up with a really cool idea for a class.
Okay.
And Brad and I have talked about this topic before, but I want to build one of these things
From
scratch, or maybe multiples of these to show, what it is that these things do.
Okay.
And then maybe do some testing, or maybe have him do some testing with his big expensive tool.
Yeah.
To kind of show what is going on and why these things suck. I'm talking hardcore. Like we have time. Is the air on?
It is on.
Really?
I
It always
know.
gets hot in here at the end of the
It
day.
is.
But anyways, which brings me to the next point. OTS is this weekend. Thoughts? They're having a car
Competition?
show. Yeah,
This Sunday?
I think Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah. They might be doing SPL and regular.
Okay.
I don't know, but either way, I might head out in the mornings.
Stop by. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Lance?
Hey.
I told you I got to spend some time with Lance when we were in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he let me play with the new radio that he's pimping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
You're
pretty
gonna
cool.
get the Mustang?
Well, they don't offer a Mustang one as of yet. However, there's a however. And he said, but however. So, who else in Tampa Bay area on here need 5-star to host some kind of something? Need to get together either there or wherever. 12-volt world too small. That was a lot of words. I got to be honest. I don't understand what it
Well, I always wanted to make something here in the parking lot because, like, at night, this is empty.
Yeah. Like a nighttime hangout.
Like a nighttime hangout, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. For 2 hours. That's it. We don't have to be here all night.
No.
But just for 2 hours, just hang out. Bring you cars. If we ever done something for you, bring your car. pop it out. You know, I don't know, but
Yeah. So and then like every Friday night kind of thing. So almost like the
nah,
old.
you're pushing
Well, okay, like the
it.
third Friday of every month,
Right.
something like that.
Yes,
So
something like
or the
yeah.
third Saturday. Mondays always would be cool if we could do a Monday. Like that would be cool to like do this show outside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like set it up outside and like have
And
people.
just
And,
have people coming in and
yeah,
just
I think
like
that'd be fun. I would want to try it first, but I think it would be fun to do this live. You know, have this set up
outside.
and then have mics.
Yeah, of course.
You know, real not this mic,
Yeah,
but have mics and
Yes.
do it outside. I think that'd be fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
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 Just
So
have him outside.
we'll have to work on it.
Yeah.
I'm open to ideas. Live show from the parking lot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Something
Yeah,
live
yeah.
from the parking lot. Oop, hey, what's up? Number one.
Yeah.
Anyways, questions. Get your questions. Get them in the queue. If you haven't done that already, Fernando's going to go through.
Yeah.
And hey guys, I'm busy straightening my tools out for a wheel bearing in a brake job. Enjoy the show. We'll catch the replay. All right, Fang. Well, I'm kind of bummed, but yeah, you do what you need to do.
Sorry, my bad.
Dude, slow it down. With a live studio audience would be awesome. I think it would be. I think it would.
Yes.
Thank you, Angel. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Go ahead there, jumping the gun.
I was like,
no, that's okay. And this time we don't have the keeper of time, so
yeah,
we have to be good. Good evening. KW706S. Wife is complaining that the screen is too bright. Any way to make it dim more than the KW default? It does dim, but barely perceivable. Can a poppy add in line? No, because it's LEDs and they're not variable LED. Well, I guess they are variable LEDs, but it doesn't work like that. So here's how the system works. Whether it's you've got it hooked up properly, I'm assuming you do, but you have the orange wire with the white stripe needs to get connected to the orange wire with the white stripe in your car. That should be 12 volts when you turn on the lights, and not 12 volts when the car turns off. Now, if it's an older car that didn't use a smart harness, it could have an orange wire and an orange white wire, which would totally screw things up. Most current cars that need a smart harness only have an orange white wire. And what that does is when you turn on the lights, it gives you 12 volts. And that sensor, the input on the radio, is only there to see 12 volts as a switch. Meaning if you put 9 volts to it, it would do the exact same things, 10 volts, 11 volts. It doesn't care. As soon as it sees voltage, so it's not a dimmable output because it doesn't work like a dimmer. It just sees the 12 volts, and then whatever you have that input, go away, programmed to, it will dim down. But it should get pretty dim. That's weird because I've had them where they've gotten super, super, super dim. The only other thing you could try, this is going to sound weird, is if you got somebody that has some like light smoked acrylic, order a piece of light smoked acrylic, and you could put it over the face of the radio to dim it down with the light, like a tinted piece of acrylic like we do for the alarm clocks. When they're too bright, we just put a piece of tinted acrylic over it, and that will bring it down. So what you might end up doing is make it brighter for daytime or just make it removable. But that would be the only thing I can think of. So give it a shot. All right. Next question. Good job, by the way. That was a good question.
Okay.
I like that one. That was totally off. That was like way out there. So those are good. Gary says, if you see this, could you do a video on budget car stereo? I'm doing a massive budget build and need a stereo with 8 outputs, but I'm tired of just seeing Sony and Pioneer, et cetera, et cetera. So really there's nothing with 8 outputs except for the Horizon from Stinger. That's really it. And it's not a budget radio for sure. Most radios are only going to have front, rear, and sub output, not 8. 8 is very uncommon. The Horizon is the first one to have it, and recently, I'm not saying there wasn't somebody back in the 80s or 90s or some weird time like that, but 8 outputs is not a thing. Now, keep in mind, you could do other things. So you could buy something like a cost-effective DSP. So, for example, like Powerbase makes a 6 in, 8 out DSP that's extremely reasonable. that'll allow you to do something like that. And you can put anything you want in front of it. But keep in mind, when it comes to the radio, it is the most important thing. And there's a reason why you just see Pioneer, Sony, Kenwood, JVC, because they don't suck. And these other ones, well, they're questionable as far as how good they are. So, but either way, I mean, you know, if you wanted to get something like an Elite, put it into a DSP, go from there, you know, maybe a down for sound DSP, you know, the easy, whatever it is, that would be a way to get you 8, you know, so, but there you go. It's like all the cool kids are on the YouTube side. It happens.
Yeah.
Where can a guy get a turkey sandwich and a Diet Coke around here? On the other side of this wall.
That's what I say, you know.
There's a Oriental massage place on the other side of this wall. Through these walls.
Now, yes. I don't know if you're gonna get a sandwich.
I don't know if you're gonna get a sandwich.
Diet Coke.
You might get some chicken fried rice. I don't know. You never know. But
I'm hungry now, dude. Chicken
fried
rice sounds good.
Yeah, use weight DSP. There you go, Lance. Throwing it in there. Do you guys know any reputable custom grill makers you'd recommend for my 12-inch? The internet isn't helping much. Yeah, you know, that's one of those things where, unfortunately, yeah, grills are kind of like non-existent anymore because they got expensive, and as soon as something gets expensive, everybody stops making them. We just found out when we were at the kicker training, the kicker's actually bringing grills back.
Yes,
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, is that why I think they're bringing them back is because they're using them on their truck boxes? But I'm fine with that. Whatever gets them back, and they're reasonably priced because they made them as simple as possible. Now, as far as trying to find somebody that can make you grills, I don't really know. I mean, you know, especially if it's for a woofer, like a press grill, which is what a lot of people do, trying to get a press grill for a subwoofer, I mean, I don't think you're pressing 2.5 inches of...
It has to be something.
Yeah, it'd have to be somewhere. So I honestly don't know anybody. About the only thing I've ever seen are those 3 bars that everybody sells, or the 4 bars, you know, and we've actually used those, and we've had to put spacers underneath them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. A router, some 1/2-inch plywood maybe.
Oof.
First time catching you gentlemen live. Awesome channel. Superb knowledge and info. From Philly with love.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.
Yeah.
22
F150 with BO, adding just subs, key lock, or LC2i Pro. So I'm going to say a key lock.
Okay.
Or epicenter micro.
There you go. I was about to say epicenter.
I know you were. Epicenter micro would be a much better move.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this for a brief moment, which means longer than necessary.
Yeah.
Do we have time? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we do. Okay. So a key lock is going to get in there and it's going to fix the equalization portion of it. Okay. And it's not a tremendous amount of equalization on the subwoofer. It's going to fix it. It's going to bring back some of the low end bass. And that's great because it's going to give it more flat. So if you have an amplifier that has a bass boost on it, then you won't be wasting it. You know, you'll get some good sound out of it. Now, the LC2i Pro has AccuBass, which is for bass roll-off. And the F150 doesn't have a ton of bass roll-off, if any, that I've noticed. So really don't need that. You can almost probably do an LC1i. But that's its claim to fame. Now, it is not doing any correction. It is just strictly doing a really good job at high level to low level. And it does. It does a fantastic job of taking something in and making it smaller. The epicenter micro, on the other hand, is basically an LC2i, basically, not totally, basically kind of maybe, but it adds the epicenter feature. Now, the one cool thing about the epicenter side of things is that the bass EQ portion that you're missing, the epicenter is going to put out way more bass than you ever have to worry about to bring that back. And if you like music that doesn't have bass, which a lot of it doesn't, epicenter is going to fix that. Now, there's also a fourth option for this, is if you didn't already buy the amplifier, our new favorite amplifier, well, one of our new favorite amplifiers is the Kicker LX850, or any of the LX amplifiers, because it has aftershock built into it, which is
Mhm.
basically epicenter-like features.
Yep.
So it allows us to get some of that boomity boom back in it. We've done a couple Instagrams on that where we've shown that work.
Yeah.
Which is fantastically cool.
High level.
So there you go.
Fantastic.
High level
Yeah.
right in. It'll take up to 40 volts of input.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So you don't have to
You
worry
all
about
covered.
anything. Now, the other thing you have to worry about at F-150 with a BO is do not tap the subwoofer, the front doors of the subwoofers. That queer thing in the back of the thing that looks like a subwoofer is not a subwoofer. It's just think of it as like a bass shaker. So don't tap into that. Tap into the front doors. You'll have much better results. And that is one of the reasons why you do the key lock, is to kind of fix that. Now, you could also do, if you want like the best of the best, you can do a key lock in front of an LX850. That would be the best of the best. Or you could do a key lock in front of an epicenter. At that point, all you need is the competition series, and that would also be fantastic.
Mhm.
So there's a bunch of options for getting premium bass in
For sure.
BO F-150.
2020.
Yeah, 2022 BO.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah.
All right.
Now it's time to change.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ken.
Sponsor time change. Look, Kent's stepping up.
See?
All right, we're just going to go right into Focal. Hey, you know, a lot of the times we're talking about like the access and the plug and plays and stuff like that. And what we don't talk about is, of course, our number one selling speaker, which is the Focal Flax.
Yep.
A lot of you guys out there come in or talk to us and like, what do we buy? We'll say K2 or something like that. And there's always that one guy that goes, I don't buy K2, I buy Flax. No, I buy K2. I don't care about the rest of you. But anyways, Flax is definitely our number one seller. Performance, value, and just a damn good sounding speaker is the Flax. We're putting a set in right now as we speak. We're not actually here. This is pre-recorded. So anyways, check them out at focal-america.com. And of course, dig deep into the page and find something that works for you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you,
Happy
Miguel.
Monday! Woo, 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 woo.
He says just waiting for good news.
There is no good news.
Yeah, right?
I wish I had good news. I would love to give you good news right now, but I got to be honest, I feel like everything is just kind of like, everything is not good news.
Fantastic, man.
Made the live show. Thank you. May 1st, everything goes. Okay, here's the good news. If you're thinking about buying car stereo equipment between now and May 1st, if you can put the money together, buy it now.
Oh,
because after May 1st, it's all going through the roof. Like, through the roof. So if like you're holding out to buy something,
just buy it now.
Buy it now. And if you're looking for a cheap radio, just buy it now. Just buy one now, because they will not exist in May. You know, there'll be some on the shelf that people have that they haven't moved, but once they're gone, they're gone. I mean, there's one manufacturer, they said, we're not bringing in any of these things. You know, so.
Yes.
Hey, Dean and Fernando, will the Audison M12.14 run a set of Focal PS 163Ws and a two-way full active, or need more power? You're going to need more power. Realistically, you'll need more power. It will run them, okay? It will do the job. There's no question about it. It will do the job. It's a 12-channel amplifier. You got 6. You know, you could probably still bridge that because you got 3-way up front.
It's all bridgeable.
Yeah, so you could bridge, because that's 12 channels. You got
6. You got
10 channels. You need to go 2-way full active.
Yeah.
So no, actually, if you bridge, so 1 and 2 tweeter, 3 and 4 mid, 5 and 6 mid bass, 7 and 8 mid bass, 9 and 10,
11, 12.
11, 12. Yeah, it'll do fine.
Yeah.
No, you can do it. Bridge the mid bass. You'll be good.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah. Boom. There you go. Yes, it can.
Boom.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
O2 Jeep question.
Yeah.
Buy a newer Jeep. I've tried different speakers and amps up to Illusion Carbon. Always sound terrible. Anything I can do to make it tolerable? So this is one of those things that is it the speaker or is it you? It could be a you problem. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it happens. Every now and then we get that one guy that is never happy with anything. The question I would ask is, what is it specifically that you find terrible? Like, is it the mid bass? Is it screechy mids and highs? Is it they're not loud enough? There's a lot of things that go into picking the right stereo equipment, and money isn't always the factor. Okay, So, for example, in a Jeep, if a lot of people love to do it, put tweeters in the top, 6.5s in the bottom, and it's like, okay, so when you do that, you're going to lose some of that mid range because really it should be a 3.5 and a tweet, or a 2 and a tweet, or a coaxial, and then a mid bass. And then they love to cut the backs open, and then they put like 6x9s in there, and it's like, why are you doing that? It's like the dumbest thing ever. So it just depends. It just depends. Like, now if it's an O2, let me see what an O2 looks like. Hold on, because if it's a 2002,
well, and like you say, like what you don't like about the speakers that you have.
He might have a. See, that's why it sucks.
Why? It's a 4-inch.
He has the 4x6s, so which he doesn't. I describe modern problems. He's got old dash, so in that, yeah, that's definitely not. That's a Jeep problem. So the biggest thing you could put in there is like a 5 1/4, and it's always going to suck. No, you're never going to be happy ever. You're never going to be happy. 100%. It's never going to have enough mid bass. However, so what I would do is I would start looking for pods.
That was what I would say.
I would start looking for some of the pods. There's some pods that are made for that you can get.
Bigger speakers on the top.
Bigger speakers in the front. So they made like a floor pod for that. You can put another set of speakers on the floor.
No, it's a Jeep, right? So you can make something on the kick.
Well, no, they sell those pods.
Yeah.
They sell, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a 5 1/4. So you might be able to put like 4 5 1/4s in the front.
Yeah.
But it's still never going to be like pinkies out, wine and cheese. That's just not the vehicle for that. I mean, look at the one we did the other day. That was like, had 4 of the Moto 6.5s in it.
Yeah.
And that thing was screaming.
Yeah.
But I would never say like amazing, because you just can't get it out of that.
Right.
You know? How come Pioneer app doesn't seem to work that well, like updating firmwares? Because they're probably not putting any effort into it anymore. I don't know. You know, Pioneer is a look, every one of these companies has something they suck at, and this might be a thing. So here's the other problem. So not saying that it's end of life, but a lot of the times these manufacturers will end of life something and not bother to tell anybody. Now, if we're just talking about updating firmware, that usually comes down to having an like your thumb drive, not the right kind. Like they can be picky. So, for example, like when we were doing tons of Pioneers, we had to order. I ordered this little verbatim. Yeah, this guy would work a Pioneer every time. This guy, which is a SanDisk, would never work a Pioneer. So I still have these for updating Pioneer, and this for doing everybody else. And if I have to update a newer radio that has a USB-C, neither one of these will work.
Yeah.
Because it has to be a USB-C. Yeah, so I feel your pain. But it's not just Pioneer.
It's totally Pioneer.
It's totally not just Pioneer. Are the Zeta series the new top of line for Gladen? No. But thank you for asking. They still
have the Pro.
Well, no, they still have the Aerospace. So hang on. Go back one page, or maybe 2 pages. There we go. Right. So when you look at the list up, pull his thing down for me. Aerospace is still the
Aerospace,
the big dog,
the top of the line.
And you look at a Pro. The Pro and the Aerospace are using the same basket. And you look at a Zeta and a Sigma, and they're also using the same basket. So, and if you kind of pick what's going on here, you see this is a Neo motor structure, and this is a regular motor structure. This is a Neo motor structure, and this is a regular motor structure.
What is that called? Regular?
Regular. Yeah, just normal magnet. Nothing fantastic. Just normal. And then here's your Zero Pro. But so, yeah. Now, is it the newest? high-end speaker that they make? Yes. Yes, it is. So
That's the hottest.
here you go. There you go. Boom. The good news is I finally got my double din swapped in my 2000 Blazer for DMX 908S.
Very
Yes.
cool. Very
Fantastic. And you bought it at the right time.
Cool. Yeah.
Because the 908 after May 1st is going up.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I'm telling you guys now, no kidding. No, if you're going to buy anything car audio, May 1st.
Don't buy presents, no anniversaries, no nothing. Just buy car audio right now.
Yes, until they get this whole tariff thing.
Get your kid a new amplifier and a new radio.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
That seems a bit much.
I mean,
I think we got like okay. Is it time for a next sponsor?
So we have.
I mean, Ken 15. Is saying yes. So
all right, let's follow Ken.
I'm gonna follow Ken.
Yeah,
because that'll bring us into here, which is ARC Audio. And speaking of motos, the other day we had a Jeep Wrangler in here, and we were there again coming in to get fixed because he bought it. It's just trashed. And it turns out it was a pot of gold hidden in a pile of dirt.
Okay.
Go figure. And Fernando goes, dude, this guy has 4 Moto 6.5s in the top. Why are we pulling these out? I said, I have no idea. I wasn't planning on it. Didn't even know. Got a rag, cleaned them off. They looked almost brand new, and they sounded fantastic. He also had a nice radio on the dash, but you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell because it was so dirty.
Yeah.
This was an all-weather application, meaning this guy was running a bikini top and nothing else. Dude, the Motos had probably been in there for like 3 years.
But
they sounded fantastic.
They sounded fantastic, and I never heard the Motos.
No, yeah, we did now.
And I was like, wow, they sound pretty good.
They are ripping it up.
So
fantastic. If you're looking for an all-weather speaker, definitely want to check out ARC Audio's Moto line of products. They make 2 different 6.5s and a 6x9, along with the Moto 800 4-channel amplifier. How cool is that? Sound for days. Okay, moving on.
A lot of power.
You can find them at arcaudio.com.
Okay. .com?
Yeah, whatever.
Sure.
Hold on, I'm going to pull this up. I have 2 ARC amps with DSP, the 1006, 1004, and TouchLink inputs on both. If using a Horizon 10 or a 9500 ES, would you use the optical splitter? That's a great question. Honestly, I don't have an answer for it. I'm going to be honest. I have no freaking clue. I have never seen the 10.6 or the 10.4. I'm assuming they don't have inputs and outputs. ARC has a really good TouchLink input, which they put a lot of effort into. We know this because everyone says, don't do that. And we were like, try it. And they go, holy crap, this sounds amazing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't have an answer for this. But I know who does. Brad. So just give ARC Audio a call, and Brad will pick up the phone, or Brian, possibly even Fred, or one of the other guys.
And they would definitely
and then we'll get you the information that you need to find out if that's what you need to do. So definitely check that out. Okay.
All right. Ramon, thank you so much. Just a little contribution to keep the show going. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the $2. What happened?
No, I gotta fix something. Something's driving me crazy.
Oh, now I'm very dark. Ooh.
Okay.
Michael Jackson, huh? All right, so let's wait.
Yeah, keep going. Just keep reading.
Okay. Just keep reading. All right, we have cans. It's in a 2010 Acura T. Whoa, what's just happened, bro?
I'm doing something.
I know. I disappeared for a second. A 2010 Acura TL. When I turn on the headlights, it doesn't dim.
That would probably mean that the orange white wire is not connected.
No. It does dim, but not too much. I look online, and it is common complaint. I dim type screen that crossed my mind. Yeah. So like Dean say, just buy something like that. That's probably the best bet for the radio. Or that would be cool if you can put such of like what you have in your glasses,
A polarizing.
a polarized, but like a flipping that you can actually remove it and put it back on.
You're mental. Okay.
But if it works,
Okay.
and we have Brad right here.
As long as the optical splitter works, that should work fine. So now you don't even have to call Brad. He didn't want to talk to you. He just gave you an answer right here today. That's customer service. I don't care what you say. So yes, just use an optical splitter and you'll be all set and ready to go. Thank you, Brad. What are you pairing with ARC Audio RS 3-ways for rear fill? So rear fill can be whatever you want. Okay, so what you want to do is keep it in the family. Okay, so just pick up any pair of ARC Audio coaxials, doesn't matter which ones, and that's what you're going to use. It's rear. You're not doing critical listening with them, but you want something that is in the same family, so it kind of has the same tonality to it.
It's a natural,
sound. And they play well together. If you don't, what you end up with is like, so for example, if you put like an off-brand in the back, it would be like, but I mean, we've done super high end up front and then entry level in the back, just because it's just there. You're going to cross it over, probably band pass it, 10,000 to let's say 100, 120. So it's not like it's got to play a lot. It's just got to make noise.
And even if you have a DSP, you're gonna turn it down.
Yeah.
So just what up, homies? What up, Chuck? How you doing, buddy? All right.
Any experience with the Gladen plug-and-play harness set for the Tesla Model Y with high-end sound system? Looking to upgrade to Pico 8 to 10 and Pico 1. I haven't worked with that specific one, but I have worked with their T harnesses before. They work fantastic. There is a video on it showing you how to do it, I believe. I know there is. If it's like the other harnesses that they've done, it should be fine. The one thing I will say about Teslas is that unfortunately, the Teslas are not all created equal. And during COVID, a lot of the parts weren't the same. So the only problem that I foresee you possibly running into is that if your car is one of the variants, that there are some of them out there, that's the only way to say it. I mean, there's variants. Alpine is working on a variant application guide that is going to allow you to buy the harnesses for your variants, because there's a list somewhere that Tesla has and they got access to it. So they're going to put that up there for you to play with. I think next month. So, but either way, you could probably give the guys a call and see if yours will work. But that's really the only problem I see with any of the harnesses for a Tesla. It has nothing to do with Gladen. Their harnesses are top notch.
Oh yeah.
It's just a matter of if your car is a variant or not. So.
Okay.
And then just want to give a shout out. Says Chris Vera, thank you for doing the show the other day. I agree. No lights.
No
Apparently
lights?
He doesn't like lights.
He doesn't
like lights. Like LEDs inside the car.
Oh.
Because we were talking about like neon and stuff like that. Yeah. And LEDs.
Neons.
Shut up.
It's multiples.
No, it's just neon. We were talking about neon inside the car and LEDs and stuff like that. And Chris was like, no, man.
He doesn't like strip clubs?
He was a racer, nitrous guy. So lights.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
See, Mr.
I'm like,
Toretto
bro,
had lights.
I was gonna say, Fast and Furious is all about the lights, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But,
what the heck?
He was like 6 when that movie came out, I think. So,
I still have lights.
I don't know. He wants a lighter.
Okay, I don't think so. Hang on.
Okay.
Let me find this one that it was about to turn.
Okay. 2015 Tacoma, I installed the Epic 5 amp with the Kicker CS speakers and all 4 doors and 2 CT Sounds Hydrogen Series 10s behind the back seats. Very happy with it. Thank you for informing and talking about the Epic Series amplifiers. No. Thank you for listening to us and buying them. They've been having great success with those amplifiers. So it's fantastic. Shut the door.
Okay.
It's fantastic. Oh, okay. it's fantastic that you, yeah, it works because
It works.
then they can keep sponsoring the show. Is there a difference between A to B adapters? Looking for a 2020 to 2025 Lincoln Navigator with basic Revel, yeah, not the Revel Unlimited. Is there differences? Depends who you talk to. So technically, there should be differences. PAC, of course, makes theirs, has a Toslink output, very simple to use. I've had a lot of luck with it. If you use the RCA's, 50-50 chance of whether you're going to get engine noise. However, we've used the Nav TV piece with the same results. 50-50 chance you're going to get engine noise, but it also does have a Toslink output. One of the things they recently did is they pushed an update to the Nav TV piece, meaning you have to actually physically download it, which made the volume more linear. That's the big problem with the F-150/Ford A to B system. It's universal, is that the volume does not go like this from quiet to loudest. It goes like this, which you've noticed. You get up to about 15, 16, all of a sudden it gets exponentially louder every time you turn the dial. So supposedly the new Nav TV piece has tried to fix that. The most recent update for the Nav TV piece is supposed to try to fix some of that, as well as the new iData A to B piece is supposedly fix that as well. That does have a Toslink output. However, on that piece, I don't know what the most current update on it, but I would stick to the RCA output. They're still working out some of that. They may have finally pushed the update. I haven't checked recently. But at the end of the day, all of them will get you an output. So there you go.
There you go.
Just did a Blackbird and Nighthawk install a 2024 Jeep Wagoneer, and they never failed to disappoint.
Nope. Dude, I'm excited to hear this thing.
What thing? Oh, this?
What we doing right now.
Oh, I'm not.
Really?
I just want it over with.
Well, because everything is in the front. So.
Okay.
It's just. I think it's going to sound really good.
Oh, they don't sound fine too. But. Yeah, anyways. Moving on.
Decide either new radio or a Blackbird on my 2022 Colorado. Either way, I go with
Either way, I'm going to be getting it installed there, saving money, maybe sometime in June.
There you go.
So here's the thing. I mean, are they literally playing outside the back door? Do we have like romper room right there? Like, unbelievable. I know. Okay, so if you hear little kids, just know they're gonna be dead later.
No, that's
so it's a 2022 Colorado. It's a GM. It's going to need an interface no matter what. So it's not like you're going to get away with not doing an interface. So if it's premium audio, you're going to end up with a premium audio interface. If it's non-premium audio, you're going to end up with a non-premium interface because we have to have the takeover for the door chime because that is the biggest problem in that. The door chime in that is epic. Okay, so you're going to need some form of an interface regardless of what that. Now, with that in mind, to me, in a GM, the radio is, if it's capable of coming out, I want it gone. I want it gone because it just sucks. It's shining a turd. So the reality is you probably need both, the radio and that. But I would start with the radio because the one thing you have to keep in mind, with all the changes you want to make in your stereo, the sound comes from the source unit, which is the radio. Okay? And if that sucks, we're just shining turds at that point. Now, in some cases, you have to shine a turd. It's just what it is. You can't help it. But if you can avoid shining a turd, do it. Do it now. So, yeah. Anyways. Turds suck. Have you seen the new Sundown subs? Unfortunately, no. I have not. The only time I really get a chance to see Sundown is when they come to an event that we're at, and I will stop and look at them. Because I like the way they look. They're pretty cool usually.
I like the way they look.
I do. I think they do I think they do a fantastic job on subwoofers. But no, I haven't had a chance to check.
But the new subwoofer that I really like the design and everything. That's Bobby Gailey's.
Oh, Bobby sub.
Yeah,
Bobby sub.
Crazy subwoofers. They look fantastic. How is the JBL Bass Pro SL2 power sub? We're buying.
I have no idea.
Well, depends. What are you looking for, bass, right?
Yeah.
Um,
So all I can do is tell you this: we've had some experience, obviously, with the JBL. We've had the base hub, which
Bass
is the
Pro
spare
hub.
tire,
Yeah.
the spare tire sub. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
We had the little Bluetooth boom box that we put in the back of the car. Fantastic. We had the little little 8-inch split apart subs. Put them under the seat. Fantastic. Now, when I say fantastic, it's fantastic in the sense that there are these little, like, unbelievable things that are putting out, like, sound, that it sounds good. But 112 in a ported box would destroy all of it. So, I don't know what you're trying to do. And if the JBL makes a great product,
Yeah.
so if this is something that will work for you, I would not hesitate to get it.
Right.
So there's that. All right, hold on, I gotta do this. It's that time.
It's that time.
New sponsor time. This sponsor is AudioControl. Ooh, yeah. We've talked a lot about high-level inputs over the past few shows. I want to integrate into my factory radio. How do I do it? Do I have to worry about voltage? All these other fun things. And it's like, hey, AudioControl has been doing it for years. And with the new altitude amplifiers, they didn't stop. They didn't stop. So when you're trying to figure out, do I buy Epic? Do I buy Altitude? Do I buy the L or the D? Well, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, am I going to be integrated into my factory radio? And if you are, the first one you want to look at is Altitude. And more specifically, if you're just going to be adding sub, the Altitude A800.1 is a fantastic little amplifier to do that. It's 800 watts. We got 950 on the show. It's a fantastic little amp. Goes in easy enough because it has RCA, it has high level, and it will power one of their cool new subwoofer enclosures.
Yeah.
So head over to audiocontrol.com and check out the new Altitude line of amplifiers for your next install.
Thank you.
I might be moving a little fast. I'm sorry, Fang. I'd rather be early. Just make sure we get them all. Have you guys done bikes, Harleys, or just don't come in? So much stuff on the market for them. Haven't seen 5-star bike vids unless I missed it. You've never missed it? We don't do them. The reason why we don't do them is we have an inclined wrap right here, and we don't drive bikes. I don't ride a motorcycle. I have no desire to drive a motorcycle. So we'd have to have the customers pull them in and, of course, run the risk of scraping as they come in because they're such a short wheelbase. A car, we don't have these problems. So we just don't work on motorcycles. We do have a guy, Havoc Motorsports, that we recommend. He's a friend of ours. We
Aaron?
actually got him to start doing it so we wouldn't have to. It's kind of crazy because he was like, I'm going to start a shop. But I said, you should start a motorcycle shop because he rides motorcycles and likes working on motorcycles. And we don't have a good motorcycle shop in town. So he opened one. So now when we have people that come in want to get motorcycles done, we easily walk them over to Havoc Motorsports here in Clearwater. So worked out wonderful. Solved all the problems. I don't have to work on motorcycles. It's fantastic.
I still want to work on one. Just to see what's the
I have
deal.
no curiosity.
No?
Nope,
Not
don't
at all,
care.
really?
No.
So when we went to the Master Tech, I was there when they do the installation and everything. Actually, that was Rockford. And I was like, I mean, it doesn't seem like...
Oh, no, it's not difficult.
I
mean, we
difficult at all.
what we're doing today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
I mean, we can work outside and we put the tables in here, put all the stuff, and let's say, no, never mind.
Shut up. Brad, I'm thinking about entering the OTS competition. Would be first for me, but my basic little system sounds great with the ARC audio power. Any tips? Yeah, Brad. Any tips?
No, he'd respond actually, so
Oh,
I
okay.
just wanted to.
What did he say?
He never had the chance to listen to the car, but
Oh, okay, that's true. Brad says I can walk you through a Harley install. I mean, it's not. Listen, it's not like I haven't done a motorcycle. I don't want to do more. As I get older, there's certain things I want to do and don't want to do.
Nothing.
I don't want to do anything. I'm not. That is 100%. I did not want to build these A-pillars today. As soon as I pulled in this morning, I was going to drive back and leave.
But if you guys go to the 5 minutes with 5-star and Instagram, you can go and see how they turn out. They turn out really, really cool. So it's just
Yeah,
we
I
just
know.
have to tell the people, just bring it. Just
Oh,
bring it.
I don't
Dean
want
will.
it. I don't.
So for all you guys, if you guys
All right,
want
moving on.
pillars,
Next
just
question.
bring-
Do you see any problem with utilizing the rear RCAs from a deck to send a signal to an amp while also utilizing the rear speakers from the head unit into internal amp? Okay, so basically what you're saying is, can I use the 15 watts by 4 from the rear to go to a set of speakers and also use the RCAs from said to go to speakers? Do I see any problems with that? 100% I see a problem with it. Um, they're not linear, meaning the two outputs are not linear. So the idea is that you're going to do one or the other, not both. Okay. And that's how they're designed. So when you look at the amplifier output, you'll find that the amplifier output will ramp up faster and cut off quicker. Okay. That's always my complaint when people say, use the amplifier outputs to power up your amps. It'll sound better because you're putting more voltage to it. No, it'll clip sooner. That's all it does. It clips way sooner than the RC outputs do. So basically, you have an RC output that is linear, which is this one. It's moving up in a nice gradual point, and then you have this one that ramps up faster. So this at like 28 is going to be distorting, and this one goes all the way up to 38, 10 clicks on the volume more. So what you end up having to do is set them to the lowest common denominator, meaning you have to set your gains on your amplifier up higher so that it will stay linear with the crappier output. I would just buy a 4-channel amplifier and have 2 gain stages. That would solve that. So, but no, I wouldn't. I would never do it ever.
Buy a multi.
I would never ever. It feels like a Taylor Swift song.
Okay.
That's okay. I know it's just what happens. Do you think the Kenwood 5-channel X9 1.5 is worth the extra money over the 803.5? It will be running a set of 6.5 components and a sub.
Right now, yes. It's gonna get pricey later.
Yeah. So the 901.5 is no joke. Okay, it's like 800 watts for the sub. All right, it's a big amplifier. So I know on paper it's really not they're not that far apart, but in reality, like when you dyno these things, they are far apart. The 901.5 is a lot more power than the 803.5. So, if you're just doing like in a smaller sub situation, then stick with the 803.5. If you're going to be doing like 212s or 210s or 2 of something, and you want that extra output on the sub side, yeah, go for the 901.5. It's a fantastic amplifier. But yeah, so that's, yep.
Fantastic.
Hold on. I got an aftermarket backup camera. I don't like it. Oh wait, hold on. I got an aftermarket backup camera. I don't like it. I want to go back to the factory backup camera. Can I do that? So, what kind of car do you have? Is this one of those Chryslers that has the high res output?
No,
I don't remember what kind of car you got there, Joel.
Right.
So, I need to know the car. So the only car that we can't integrate into the factory backup camera on right now is a Chrysler that has the high res output, and that's why you put an aftermarket backup camera in there, because the factory one, which is high res 1080, doesn't work on anything. Now there are some companies that make down, like Crux makes a step down converter for it, but it's a step down converter, so it's going to put you back into not that good. So I guess the other thing too is like, well, I just really just need to know the
car radio.
Yeah, the car. Hey Dean, I got a DMA10 and AudioControl epicenter. Where does the epicenter go in the signal path? Haha, this is one of those questions that we've debated for years, and Jeff Smith and I used to always debate about it. And I said, Jeff, you're wrong. And I explained to him why, and he goes, yeah, I could see that. So when we install an epicenter in a DMA10 or any DSP for that matter, DSP always goes first, because that is going to be your distribution center for your signal, whether it be high level or low level. I don't care. You're going to come into your signal into there, and then whatever channel you're routing out to your subwoofer is going to go through your epicenter. Now, the crossover on the DMA10 for that channel needs to be set up high, meaning somewhere 200, okay? Because you need to have at least 160 hertz coming into the epicenter. The more, the better. All right. So turn that low pass crossover up very high, or turn it off. Off is even better. And use the cross. Then it goes out of there into your epicenter, into your amplifier, and use the crossover in the amplifier in order to cross the subwoofer over. Do not use the one in the DMA10. Everything will work like it's supposed to. Life will be great, and you'll have epic bass from the epicenter.
Now, some people would argue with that, but
So
that's
and they would be wrong. So it's okay.
Yeah.
So we know it works. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
So you're welcome. Okay. I like that. Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate this. This is the first time I was able to get a clear answer about that. I don't remember what the question was, but I'm glad. Watching you guys for the first time on my new OEL. Yeah, big screen, 86 inches. Wow. I mean, if we look good on that, imagine how sexy we are in person. Oh, baby.
All right. Let's change that.
Can you install an aftermarket stereo in a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica minivan?
If they make a dash kit or harness,
it's one of those things where this.
I would just want to.
Yeah. So this is the page here. Okay, Pack, Maestro, all these. You take a screenshot right now. This is the website. These are all the places we would go when you come in with a car. And you're asking us these questions. Is I literally just go through these. I have them all in my browser, and I just tap through until I find the parts that I need for your car. So from your house, you can do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So that's it. That's the one. So and you'd be surprised. That information is golden right there. We've been in a room and shown that before, and people are like, "I've never heard of half of these," and we're like, "How do you exist?" Have you guys tried out the new AudioControl speakers? I have the blessing to install in my own car and was really impressed with the sound quality of them. Yes, we have. We've actually put them in a couple different jobs we've done. One that pops into my mind most recently, only because I think we filmed it, was the Bronco, where we put the 4, the 6, and the 4s. We went full active on the 4s. So we bi-amped them. We went full crazy. But no, we've done them. We've done the 3.5s. We've done the 6x9. We ran the whole gamut of them. They're nice. They're nice sounding speakers at a very good price. So, okay. It says a 2025 Civic SI with stock Bose system, 9-inch head unit. I want to do a full system that pushes around 5,000 watts of power. Do I need a DSP? I would, yes, you're going to need a DSP and some batteries for sure, because that Civic probably has a tractor battery inside of it. So what you may want to think about doing is instead of going with a 5,000 watt system, again, I don't know what the goal is. Maybe you're thinking stunt wall loudspeakers or something like that. But yes, you will need a DSP, and you're going to need multiple channels, because if it's got a Bose system in it, it's going to have a center channel. It's going to have rear active surround. It's going to have 10 channels of audio. So you're going to need something that has at least 10 channels of input. Don't think for a minute that you can buy a 5-channel, just pop it in there, and it's going to rock out. It's not. It's not going to work at all. And you're not going to be summing things together. So what you would do in that particular system is get a big DSP that has a lot of channels of input, or an amplifier that has a big DSP with a lot of channels of input. And then you would EQ the hell out of it. So if it has surround sound, which it should right now, leave it. Just EQ it. So you need the DSP for the equalization, so that you can you're putting new speakers in it. You want them to sound like new speakers. You don't want them to sound like Bose speakers with the Bose equalization. So there's tons of equalization done from the Bose, but you want it to be fantastic. So yes, DSP all the way. The bare minimum of speakers you need to amplify is the center, the front left and right tweeter, the front left and right mid, and the subwoofer. So at a minimum, you need 6 channels. So there you go. At 5,000 watts, could be like 100x4 and 4,500 watts on the subs. So I mean, let's be honest. What's up, guys? Are you guys ready for another crown?
Yeah.
Crown. Oh,
bro,
Jesus.
Car.
I'm going on a vacation. I'm not coming back.
I mean, I'm glad that he find another one.
I mean, sure.
Yes, just bring it. Then we make pillars.
No, not a crown, man. I don't want to take those pillars off. They'll fall to dust. I'm out. Have a nice day. Thank you for hanging out. Have a wonderful weekend. I was up that last week. Wait, I was up that last week. Thank you, Dean, for suggesting the 958 XR. It's great. After tuning with RTA and an iPad. Oh, fantastic. There you go.
Fantastic.
Yes.
You're doing great, Dean. You're doing fantastic.
Thanks, Fernando. That makes me feel so much better. Can I just go here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It moved. Hey guys, I have a 2025 Toyota Tacoma, 14-inch factory radio. Is it worth upgrading just the speakers, say with kickers? Thanks for the info. So if it has a base model audio system in it, putting some kicker speakers in there will give you probably a little better sound because right now there's no tweeters in it at all, unless it's the JBL system. So yeah, but the one thing you have to keep in mind is before you go out and buy a whole bunch of speakers and spend a bunch of money, is realize that more than likely they're 2-ohm speakers. So I would pop one out and check before I went too far into this, because what you could run into is you put a speaker in there that's a 4-ohm, might be more efficient, which is good, but you might lose some of your volume, but you might get a better sound. It's a weird thing. So it really just depends what you're trying to do. Now, there are companies out there that make like 3.3 ohm speakers or 3-ohm speakers, which are made specifically as replacements for those. Now, keep in mind, if it says JBL anywhere on there, no, none of this applies to the JBL system. None of it applies to the JBL system because that one is not, you're not pulling in parts. That just doesn't work. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yep. Hey, is there any limitations when installing a sound system on a hybrid vehicle? I have a 2025 Toyota Crown with the JBL system. I want better sound. Yes, there is limitations in any vehicle you're putting in. The only difference is in a hybrid, you don't have an alternator. You typically have some form of a generator or a power inverter or something else going in there. So what you want to do is find more smaller, efficient amplifiers as opposed to giant surfboards. So we talk about the Pico from Moscone all the time. Those are great hybrid amplifiers because they're tiny, lots of power, very efficient, small footprint. We talk about the Arc Audio Blackbird. They're, again, tiny, small, efficient. Audison, Forza amplifiers. They're, again, small, tiny, efficient. So, yes, you want to look at something like that as opposed to 5,000 watts of power, fun, and excitement. That's not to say that you can't do that, but you do have to do some upgrades to the electrical. At that point, you're going to need a bigger battery and know that it's, an isolator and fun stuff like that. Most of the time, you can get away with just simple upgrades. Like, when I say simple, they're still very expensive. But for an interface, definitely it's 2025. I think the new 2025 interfaces will be coming out. Have they shipped yet? I don't think they've shipped yet. I think they're coming. Yeah. I think like the amp Pro for that is coming.
Yeah, very efficient.
Mudders are very efficient, but I don't think we're going to see them anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Depends what's here. Who knows? Depends where they're being built. Who knows where they're being built? But I can tell you right now, anything that's coming from China is not coming into the U.S. at all. Because the prices...
Anytime soon.
No, the prices are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's
and if
ridiculous.
they come in, just...
Yeah.
Make sure you lose your wallet because it's...
Dude, trust me. Some of these prices we're looking at make 0 sense. So I don't even know why people would buy those.
An RCA for $10,000.
Okay, hold on. Mike Lake. There we go. This is the guy. Thank you, Mike.
There you go.
Says the AP4 TY14 Amp Pro works on a 2020 Crown. And he would know.
There you go.
He's
Mario.
The guy. Mario. So yes, you do have an interface for your vehicle. So you can do upgrades. Thank you, Mike. Look at that.
You did.
Dude.
You did a big...
Yeah, I know it does that. See when you're doing that? Yeah, it goes crazy.
Anyways. So you can find it.
Thank you, Mike. That's
Thank you, Mike.
You never know who's in the chat.
Yeah.
You never know who's in the chat.
Yeah.
But he would know, wouldn't he? Haha. Yes, because he's the guy that makes that stuff work. So you have an interface. That's good. So you could do a nice pack amp pro in there. You can go into like a Pico 8 to 10 and make the Pico 1000.
Yeah.
Boom. Lots of power. Lots of fun and excitement. Will that affect the Canon radios? 100% it's going to affect the Kenwood radios. 100%. They're discontinuing some of their lower end radios that come directly from China, and
From
the other
where?
ones China. And then there's going to be a price increase on all the other ones. So it's like I'm not kidding, guys, when I say if you're thinking about buying something and it's okay, China, that's it. If it's coming from China, you ain't buying it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, we're looking at some of the prices of these things. So for example, I'm just gonna a case in point. We have the new price sheet that just came out for Focal. Okay, the Access 3-way set. Now Access is entry level, but we know it does not come from France. It's their lower end, so they get it from China. The retail price on those is going to be like $1,250. You can buy a set of Flax for $1,200. Okay, $50 more for something that's 3 levels down. I don't even know why you'd bring them into the country at that point. I mean, I don't see them coming.
We're gonna sell a lot of Flax.
We ain't selling. Yeah, we're selling a lot of Flax, no Access. So there again. So the nice thing is Access. The Flax are made in France. It just depends where stuff is being made. And right now, it's a who's who. It's a what's. You know, like Arc Audio is going to be keeping some of their prices very in point. One of the products that's still made in China is subwoofers. So they're going to figure out what's going to happen with the subwoofers, you know? So,
Hi guys, I'm ready for the new Kenwood Red replacements
Me
to
too.
be available. The last I heard was in May. Any more input?
nope.
Still
Still looking at May.
looking at May.
But there again, it might be, who knows? Who knows? Because
Yeah.
whatever prices they've set are going to change because they're not here in the country yet. The only parts that are here are the kits. The kits are in the warehouse. The kits are all here. Idata's had their stuff all set and ready to go for a while.
Yep.
However, the radios aren't. They're not in the country yet. So, great. Now, they don't come from China, but still, who knows? I don't know if they've equated their pricing for... I haven't looked at the current price sheet to see what they're going for. We did get their price sheet the other day.
Right.
I don't know if they were on there or not.
Just keep in mind, things are gonna change, so
It happens.
it happens. Hey.
Yeah. I think it sucks. But hey.
Yeah.
What did I see? But Dean has IRTA2s and key tags in stock. Yes, we do, and they will not be affected by the price increase.
That's
You
right.
know why? Because I bought lots of inventory. We got so much inventory.
Buy it now.
Buy it now.
Because
No, we got plenty. You guys are good. We won't be doing any price increases on the IRTA. So
No.
You're all good there. If you need,
only on the key change, because the key change is gonna be the same price as the IRTA.
maybe we shouldn't have. Yeah, I know. Oh, I should order some more of those because. Oh my gosh, yeah, not gonna be able to get those.
Fantastic, guys.
Yeah, I know. Because I think those definitely came from
You
China.
want a key change? $100 for a key change.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So, hey, thank you guys so much for playing along with us today. If you want one of the best tools in town, definitely head over to DNF Tool Drawer where you can find the IRTA2 as well as it does come with a keychain. So when you buy an IRTA2, you get a keychain in the box. But if you just want one, $10 you get a keychain. We mail it to you. It's all included, so it's fantastic. It's just $10 and we put in an envelope and get it to you. Shipping is included.
Mm-hmm.
On that, the IRTA2 you do have to pay shipping on. I ain't covering that. Thank you to you, the viewers, for asking fantastic questions and playing along. Thanks for Fernando to be back in here helping us out. Taking time off is always a fun thing. We all need that break to revitalize and come back and be cock blocked and ready to rock. So very nice. Very nice. You got some time off to go do that with the fam.
That was fantastic. If we didn't answer your questions, don't forget 5 minutes with 5 stars tomorrow
on Instagram, as well as we'll be back here doing this again this weekend, Saturday, as always. And, of course, the news is on Friday. I'd like to give a shout-out to our sponsors, Arc Audio, AudioControl, Focal, Moscone and Gladen, for sponsoring the show, making this possible. If you're looking to sponsor a show, by all means, please reach out to us. We're always looking for new sponsors.
That's right.
That's all we got. It's Monday. Go forth and do Monday things. Have a great day. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you next time.